The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, another monthly edition of Shoot the Shit with Roz and G, and myself, of course. Roz and Ross here with us. Roz, what's up?
Oh, nothing. What's going on with you?
Wow, your tone literally changed in a matter of 10 seconds.
Listen, it's showtime. What are you saying? Like
you went
on stage time.
No, before we started recording, you went from super serious to like all happy hippity jippity. You know, like, oh hey, what's up?
yeah, it's showtime. It's showtime.
You know, it's time, absolutely. And of course, GW Gras. G, is your website fixed yet?
No.
Are you serious?
That's the update. That's the update on the website. Just
nah.
Oh,
Dude, I was actually talking to my friend. Shout out to Amy actually yesterday because she's like a computer person. She's actually the one trying to hook up the Bears Brawl website, which probably will be up by the end of this month. Yeah, we're hoping before the combine we're gonna get the Bears Brawl website up. And she's going to help me get Street Smart back off on the ground as well. So,
have we spoken since the Bears playoff loss to Philadelphia? Was that before or after the game we spoke? Before the game, right?
Most likely.
No, it was after we talked because we both said we were sorry.
Oh yeah, you probably did.
Are you?
We were very sorry for G. We expressed our condolences.
We did.
Condolence high five.
We did really.
We did.
Wait. I'm that nice.
You were very nice about it. I was very surprised. I think I kicked it off, but you came right in behind me and said, "You know what? I am sorry for you, G." And G pointed out that Giants fans have been very kind to him. Right. Yeah. See?
That's right.
You're right. It was no. You're right. It was January 10th after we recorded that podcast. By the way, Raj, you should be very impressed. We're still doing this month to month and pretty much on the nose on month to month. Like this is actually under a month now. Today's recording.
I am impressed. I'm very glad that this is becoming a thing. Like it's actually a thing I do now in my regular schedule. I like it.
I almost want to do it more often in a month though, but I don't know if G will want to do that.
How does G get blamed?
G always complains. G doesn't need an excuse to complain. That's what G is as a person. A snowflake.
You can always find something to complain about, and that's the beauty of life.
I really want to do that bracket thing next month though, but I don't know if I have any time to put it together by the time.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because like March is going to be right around the corner.
Right around the corner, dude. We're ready. What's it today? February 7th of this recording? Yeah, dude. And February is the shortest month of the year. Yeah, I'm fucked.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I'll try. See what we can do, man. It's gonna be tough. God, being a parent, man. Let me tell you. Woo!
Be quiet.
Oh, speaking of that, any updates on that, G? Are you dad yet? Are you
I'm not dad yet. Give me a break. I can't say my parents is being a parent. Shut up. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. If that's your thing, that having two beautiful kids is a stressful thing, then you go fuck yourself. I don't care.
It's not well, it's not as stressful. It's just that
whatever, man.
It has moments of stress.
You know what you were getting into?
No, wait. You gotta. I'm not complaining.
Well, it kind of sounded like you were complaining, EJ.
Okay, maybe a little bit. I can't that real.
Okay.
I can't that real.
That's hilarious.
You know what's funny, guys? We're actually sort of like winging this damn thing today. Like I sort of have topics for the show today, but I never really share it with you guys. But oh yeah, you know what we can talk about? Well,
yeah, you kept them a secret.
Well, let's go for let's start first.
You know what it is too? In EJ's defense, when he does text us like topics, like you and me kind of just make fun of his topics anyway in the text. So if I was him, I would stop saying anyway.
You've been doing it
That's
for years.
That's exactly what we do.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do when he sends us
you know what's funny?
whatever.
You know what's funny? Last night I actually listened to one of our old shows from like way back, like 2015. It was us three on the old radio show, the 2-hour thing we were doing back in the day, and that was some good shit, man. that was some good shit. We were talking about dynasties and stuff, and I remember, Roz and I got into it because she disagreed with what I was saying about sports dynasties, and G was trying to defend the Blackhawks and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that Blackhawks dynasty ended pretty roughly.
Well, the Blackhawks at that point had won their third in 6 years. So the question I posed on the episode was, is that considered a dynasty? Now in hindsight, I think yes, it should be considered a dynasty. Like my thing was back then, I was kind of a stickler that you had to have back to back, at least in that window. But I think that's a little overrated. I think if you went 3 and 6, it's still pretty damn good.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, the Spurs are they a dynasty? Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
the most boring dynasty. If we have to do a top 10 dynasty list, they're probably number 10 because they're the most boring.
I mean, I'm not doing top 10. I will say this much, though. I think there's a plausible argument to be made that the Patriots are the greatest dynasty in the history of sports. When you consider the context, when you consider, the thing, it's not just the rings anymore. It's the level of consistency they've been at. As I say for years, the reason why I said Brady's the GOAT and all this for years ago when he had 3 rings is because of the fact that the Pats, even when they don't win titles, they're always in the top 4, like in the Final Four, the conference championship, or in the Super Bowl. It's not like they fall apart for a couple of years, then build up again. Another, like the Giants, they win the Super Bowl, they fall apart, and they come back and win another Super Bowl. No, the Patriots are always consistently good every year, and when you consider the fact that look, the guy's playing 13 conference championships. You know how fucking insane that is? Tom Brady.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
And in today's NFL too, especially, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
So I can make an argument right now.
The league is actually constructed to work against things like that.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
You pretty much, if you win the championship, you get the last pick in every round, and you have the toughest schedule per se because you have to play against every division winner and stuff like. They make it tougher for you, so to speak, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with the Patriots, what their schedule is, who they're playing. Not for nothing, I was saying at the barbershop today, the Chiefs were the talk of the town. Patriots beat them twice this year, the Chiefs are supposed to be like the new it, the way the NFL is going to go. Everybody's sweating Patrick Mahomes. Patriots beat them twice. So, I mean, which is, when we were talking about the Super Bowl, because I pretty much guess we're going to allude to that, I didn't understand how anybody over the age of 35 was rooting for the Rams, because this was obviously old school versus the millennial, the Super Bowl. This was like an obvious smack in your face. This is like the old school guy against the new school guy, and that's the only reason why. I mean, aside from the fact I have a man thing for Tom Brady, that was the only reason why.
Step aside. That's my thing. That's my thing. Wait. Hold on. That's my man. Number one. Okay, number one. Number two. And the reason I say that is because Kyle, every single week for the last 5 years, has made that a point now. You're Brady fellatio.
Yeah, you know why? Because he's just so mad that Brady's better than Joe Montana. That's why.
Yeah, I know he's mad about that. But you know what?
Yeah, that's why. He's just so mad that Brady is better than Joe Montana.
You know what?
The rings used to be the conversation. No, nothing. Brady's better than Montana. Get over it.
You know what I told Kyle a couple weeks ago to kind of put him in his place, sort of? I told him, facts don't give a fuck about your feelings.
About the what?
Facts do not give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah.
Period.
So we're saying he's better. We really feel he's better, or are we saying he's a better winner? I have to be the judge that brings that up. Is he actually a better quarterback?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think when you consider everything, look, he's not the greatest athlete. I mean, first, Aaron Rodgers is a better athlete than he is. I mean, but I think when you consider...
if you want to go athlete, we can talk about Cam Newton being the best. If you want to go athlete.
But when you consider everything, if you're doing the entire package, if you ask me a question about who's the most talented quarterback in his history of the NFL, I'll say Aaron Rodgers, absolutely. Number 2, Steve Young, in my opinion. After that, but
and I always say Marino.
Right, exactly. But that's a different conversation from being the greatest of all time. Because when you put greatest of all time, it's a combination of all those things. Talent.
I still think.
Okay.
You still think what, Marino?
No, I used to, at least. I think now I'm on the Brady is the best, but Marino's number 2. Like, but for years though, like for the last, I don't know, since I've been podcasting or writing, I've always been saying Marino's the best, and I don't care about things because it's not his fault that he never had a defense. You know, I never blamed the rings thing on him. That's the other thing. It's like I got into a huge argument with some kid after the Super Bowl. Not a huge argument.
It was
a Twitter thing. And it was about Tom Brady being the best, and he goes, "Oh, he's a system quarterback." And I'm tired of people saying system quarterback.
It's lazy
because it's the laziest. Let me say that the laziest thing you could do with me in arguing quarterbacks is talk about wins, like because they're not starting pitchers, So wins I throw right out the window. And if you're talking about system, that means you have no argument because every quarterback that's ever been successful contributes to his talents within a system. It's not Brady's fault that he just fell into the perfect situation with the perfect head coach that who built the system for his talents. That's not Brady's fault whatsoever. Because you think Ben Roethlisberger would have been that well there? Maybe not. It all depends like where you fit, and it's always about the head coach and the quarterback relationship, which is why I'm actually interested to see what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers this year without McCarthy. And pretty much just having a yes man as a head coach. That's pretty much that situation.
Yeah.
But it's always, like you said, EJ, a lazy way to try to win an argument.
Yeah, it's very lazy. I can't stand it.
I agree. Yeah.
It's a terrible argument. Go ahead, Russ. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I agree. I've just wondered how, if we're having a conversation about talent or if we're having a conversation about winning when we say he's the best, which is what I just asked. And you guys are legit in your answer. I know that he is a gangster when it comes to wins. I mean, I know that he's just ridiculously confident, and and he's kind of an a-hole. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all of that.
Is he an a-hole though? Is he really an a-hole? I don't think he's an a-hole. Do you think he's an a-hole?
Well,
he's like a preppy yuppie a-hole. Yeah, he's like the preppy yuppie a-hole.
I mean, I say he's not relatable, but that's what it is. As far as I go with that.
No, well, what I'm saying is like his on-field. Certainly, like when he gives an interview, he's smiling. Like the dude he's a beautiful man. He gets in his interviews, he's smiling.
He's Michael
saying
Jordan.
Hello to his parents.
He's Michael Jordan.
He's like who?
Same fucking person.
No, he's like the classic all-American dude. But he definitely, when he's out on the field, like the way he responds, the way he reacts, you can tell he's kind of an a-hole. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I like it very much. And I think it's probably what helps him win games in the way that he does, especially when you kind of know if 2 minutes are left, you kind of lost the game, even if they're behind. Like you just sort of know that about them. So, but I think it comes down to, for him, there's always going to be a conversation about whether he really is the best, specifically talent-wise. But as far as winning games, and I mean, dude's been a ridiculous amount of AFC championships in a row. It's nuts. So, right. At this point, I don't know if it can be debated as to whether he's one of the greatest winners we've seen and greatest getting out there and willing his team to win. He's ridiculously good.
Oh,
it's really kind of amazing.
No, that's actually a really good point you made there. Now, again, when I talk about these things about great quarterbacks all the time, it's a combination of talent, execution, accomplishments, awards, all that. It's a lot of a large piece of the pie. Like, when I say on social media that Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback of all time, that's a specific thing. That's it. That's all. And
he is. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is really, really talented and really athletic. Mm-hmm. He really is. I like him.
Yeah. But Brady's that dude, man. Brady's that dude. I mean, you have to, at some point, you just have to. A lot of it comes from hate. Success breeds hate and jealousy and whatnot. And Tom Brady and the Patriots have been the poster child of that. Like, I hate the fact that they're the Yankees. No, they're not, because the Yankees spent up the ass to get players. The Pats, you can't do it in the NFL. It's impossible to spend money to get players in the NFL because there's a hard cap. The Pats are known for being ruthless with cutting good players right when they need to, and they still get production.
The one thing about it, though, like, what's so funny, and when I definitely hear about the ratings being the worst in a decade.
The game, the game.
Super Bowl, the game specifically. And as it relates to the Patriots, outside of their two losses to the Giants, have their Super Bowls been fairly boring? Like, they've all sort of been like, they haven't been as bad as Sunday, but they haven't been really eventful. Have they? Am I misremembering?
You want to go through the last 10 years? Let's go to the last 10 years then real quick. Okay, we'll go to the last 10 years. I'll tell you now. 10 years ago, we had the Cardinals and the Steelers. That was a phenomenal game.
That was great.
Okay, then you had Steelers and Packers. No, they had Saints and Colts.
No, not the Super. I'm just talking about the ones that the Patriots have been to. Like
okay.
the two that they have.
The Patriots games are always close. There's nothing about the Patriots. They always go down in the fourth quarter. You know,
yeah.
Like win or lose, those past games always come down to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is actually the only game they've done that actually was and I see this loosely because the game was close to like literally in the late in the fourth quarter. Every game they played in with Brady Belichick has gone down to the wire.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I said, like a lot of people said, oh, it's boring. I appreciated the game.
I love the game.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't the sharpest game from Brady, but defensively, like I thought it was a good game. And the only thing that I really caught on when I was watching the game is I think McVay kind of played himself at the end of it all. You know, he tried to outsmart Belichick. I understand the whole thing with C.J. Anderson, but you got Todd freaking Gurley, man. and Gurley afterwards said he felt fine. You know, he wasn't injured. So why weren't you giving the best player in the league the ball? You know, you kind of did it to yourself. I didn't understand anything.
I think he was hurt. I said this even after the Saints win 2 weeks ago. I think he was still hurt.
I don't know, man. I mean, he looked all right. You know, he busted that 113-yarder in the second half that got called back for holding. He looked fine. You know, I mean, I don't know. It looked like it was just a lot. And Gras got exposed. And the one thing that will make me happy is that you could tell that the Patriots watched what the Bears did to the Rams in that game, and they used a lot of the same techniques on the defensive line. So,
yeah, good point there. But yeah, I in closing, I will say, like I said, you can make a complete argument. This is the greatest dynasty in the history of sports. He was well, the Celtics won 11 championships. Yeah, but that's 10 teams, bro. Come on, stop it, chill. Okay, Free agency didn't even exist back then, so let's just stop with that. But yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I enjoyed the game. I got excoriated on social media for saying that in the fourth quarter. Like, this is a great game. People are like, oh, what are you talking about? Well, like just because you like offense all the time. I mean, come on, dude. Like, people want Chiefs and Rams. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
I did not want that at all. I think a lot of people upset because their box numbers weren't coming out. Well, there was no 8s or 9s coming out in those boxes. So,
did you do any boxes this year?
Yeah, I always do. I never remember my box numbers. I don't even care because I know I never win. I know I don't.
You degenerate.
I know I don't. It was funny because my dad was like, "How you doing with your box numbers?" I was like, "Dad, I haven't looked. I don't have a 0 or a 3, so I don't really care."
Right.
You know, I mean, really. That's pretty much what it was.
How much of the NBA you guys watch? Well, let me ask you that first, G, because you're the one that's in the last couple of years kind of like, NBA, whatever. Although the Nets are pretty good, dude. I mean, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually watched a lot more Nets games this year. I actually went to the Knicks-Nets game 2-3 weeks ago.
At the Garden?
At Barclays.
Oh, Barclays, okay.
Barclays, I went. So, yeah, I'm all about the Nets this year. It's just good to have basketball you care about now, but it's still limited. Like, you know, once they get to the playoffs, it's a limited stretch that they can make, you know. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my extent of the NBA is headlines and whatever the Nets do.
Well, you know, to be fair, like the whole LeBron thing in LA is still not feeling it. Remember, every month this podcast we bring it up. Still not feeling it. Don't care. Boring.
No,
I think it's LeBron fatigue at this point.
Yeah, I'm over the LeBron thing now. I'm real over it. Like, honestly.
So who are you on now? Because I was actually having a conversation with somebody. I was like, yeah, LeBron's flame's kind of dying out because everybody knows this is like his last thing he'll do. You know, he's just waiting for his son to get into the league so he could try to play with his son, and that's pretty much it. But it's like there's no other player. I mean, you got the kid in Dallas, but I ain't trying to watch that kid. You know, like there's no way.
That's pretty good, man. He's a good player.
I could care less about Kevin Durant's bitch ass. I hate Kevin Durant.
What if he comes in?
And people try pushing Harden, but that doesn't work for me either.
Yeah, his game is not aesthetically pleasing to watch personally. What if KD came to the Nets though?
No thanks.
Oh, really? Dude,
No thanks.
This is the second straight podcast that somebody has said a Knicks or a Nets fan.
He's on Golden State, a team that's like harmonious for each other, and he got them arguing. No thanks. The Nets are. I'd rather have the Nets be mediocre and just work well as a team than throw him in. No, he's a bitch ass. I can't stand. He's one of those people. Like I feel like on every podcast I say it. I wish I could have 5 minutes alone with him. He's one of them.
Jesus Christ.
What would you do in your 5 minutes with Kevin Durant? Like, seriously. Are you going to try to fight this man, or are you just going to...
Yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%.
You're going to fight him.
I know he got reach, but have you seen his arms? They're like twigs. Like, what is Kevin Durant really going to do to me? Like, realistic.
Oh, my God.
I said that, like, what is he really going to do to me? And I'm not a tough guy either. I'm just like, realistically, like, I could beat the shit out of Kevin Durant. There's no way.
That is an excuse. I'm not a tough guy either.
I'm not. That's even more, because, you get tough guys like, I'll beat his ass. No, like, Kevin Durant is one athlete that I know if I score up on him, he's gonna leave hurt. There's no way I'm losing a fight to Kevin Durant.
Holy crap. Oh, gee, you're the best. I'm gonna fight you, but I'm not a tough guy either. Wow. You're the best.
Whatever.
What about the Grizzlies, Roz? The Gasol, Conley eras. Something's coming to an end very soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably... I mean, I remember I wrote a piece maybe back in 2000. It's so funny because maybe 2015 when I think the Knicks people were talking about, the Knicks are very interested in Marc Gasol. And I wrote this piece about like how if he went there, it would expose him, because I thought he had been being covered by Zach Randolph all those years that they were playing together, because Zach did the dirty work and Marc just kind of loafed around outside of the center for somebody that's 7 feet tall. And literally probably a week later, I got cast in this big video that we did.
I remember that.
Yeah, where we were basically like begging him to stay. And it was, and it was cool. It worked. Funny thing now, like that video is completely removed from the Grizzlies site. Like you could watch it all the way up until maybe like last week, and now the video has been removed completely. So for me, that's probably the biggest indication that he's out of here. But honestly, it feels kind of overdue for him to be gone. And if they're both gone, honestly, that's going to pretty much wrap up the Grizzlies being a successful team. They haven't had a lot of success over the last couple of seasons anyway, but yeah that's going to put them at the back of the pack for many years. Yep. Well, it is sad, but to me, I kind of, I don't know, I kind of felt like I was seeing the end of an era when we lost Tony and Zach. Because those were, to me, that was like grit and grind to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not to say that Mark and Zach weren't that Mike and Mark aren't the high profile players that they are, because they certainly are, but those guys really they helped with the identity of the team so much, and to not have them, I knew it was going to be a big deal, but now we're just going to float off into oblivion, where nobody even cares about the Grizzlies anymore once we give up Mike and Mark. So it's been lovely being, part of the NBA conversation for several years, but I think we'll be out of it by the time we get these guys up.
Bye! No, joking.
Bye.
No, I'm joking. No.
I like having a relevant team, but at the same time, I've struggled with them. I struggled when they gave up Lionel Hollins. I struggled. Now I'm about to forget his name. Who's the guy we just had that's the coach of the Knicks right now? Tell me,
Fizdale.
Somebody help me.
Fizdale.
There we go,
Fizdale.
David Fizdale. I was like, do I want him? But then when he got here, I really liked him.
He was
and then
great.
They got rid of him. He was great. And I'm just like, okay, so now we're being ridiculous. And so now we're just going to really float all off into the oblivion of ridiculousness with this move. And yeah, bless our heart. That's what we'll be saying about the Grizzlies. Bless their heart.
So sad. You should give him a hug. You need a hug, Ross. Ross, need a hug.
But that's the thing about NBA though, man. It's like you had a team like Memphis that, like she said, like at least they were in the conversation, and that's like the best you can wish for in NBA is just being in the conversation, you know. And for now, like a team like Memphis, it's going to be hard for them to attract free agents over there, you know. And then like that, they really have to get lucky in the draft, or you know, or swindle a trade, you know. And the NBA is just like, it's so like not fair. Like even though we just talked about the Patriots dominate, you know, in modern day sports, but that's more credit to that organization. And the NFL, you always get 2 new teams in the playoffs every year. You know, who have a legit chance of making a run. You know, the NBA is just
but the thing is, how do you fix it? It's always
cliche, but it's just so
blatantly honest. But here's the thing, though, Gene, you're absolutely right. But here's the thing, how do you fix it? It's always been this way.
Yeah, I know. Because that's what people say. They're like, oh, back in the day when the Bulls, I was like, yeah, the Bulls were the only team at the Eastern Conference. Every year, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
exactly. And then you had the 2 years that Houston kind of dominated because Jordan wanted to go smack a baseball around, you know? I mean, really, basketball has always been that way, and it's just tough. That's why a team like the Knicks, like, they're clearing up cap space, they're making moves for free. How many times have the Knicks tried this and failed miserably? You know, like, this is like the 3rd time they've done this in like 10 years.
Exactly.
And it's not like the NBA doesn't want the Knicks to be good, because when the Knicks are good, the NBA is better for it, because they're a big market team.
I'll tell you what the Knicks problem is, and I know I hate the Knicks, but I tell every Knicks fan this, and it's hard for them to, like, argue it. It's Dolan. There's not a single player because Carmelo has friends all around the league. You think Carmelo wasn't telling all the stars in the league, yo, fuck this guy Dolan? You know, like, you think these guys don't talk to each other? Like, yo, our owner's a lunatic. He's a loser. Because that's what Dolan is. He's a loser. You know, he's just a loser, Dolan. And all that work is so there's no other reason to go there except to just live in New York. You know, I mean, that's it. I mean, because we've said on this podcast, and people have said it a million times over, you don't need the big cities to be a star anymore. You absolutely don't. You know, especially in basketball. You don't need the big cities anymore, because I keep saying, look at Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma fucking City. Like, who wants to ever go there? Nobody ever wants to willingly go to Oklahoma City. You know?
I agree.
And he's a star. He doesn't need it, because with social media and everything else, you don't need the cities anymore.
I don't think you're right, and that's the thing also too. Like, you can't blame big market, small market anymore, because you know it comes down to who runs the fucking franchise. Because you know what, OKC has Paul George and can retain Westbrook and also had Durant for as long as they did, because they have smart people running the team. Yeah. San Antonio, not a big market, just for the record, not a big market. But they're able to stretch their core for a good almost 20 years. You know, it comes down to doing the job. And this whole big market, small market thing is, it's lazy, because like the Lakers were bad for a couple of years. You know, it's the Lakers. Why they were bad for a couple of years? Because they're a team front office. Jim Buss for a while. They all were terrible. Sorry.
Exactly. You know, and we were talking about my Nets earlier. This is why I don't want the Nets to make a huge move right now. Like, I'd rather have them the way they're doing it right now. Everything they've done has been smart right now. From the draft, from trading for guys that were on nobody's radar and grooming them into something. You know, I keep on saying, if LeVert didn't get hurt this year, we might have been a top 4 team in the East. You know, like Caris LeVert's really good.
I don't know, top 4. A lot of people don't know. Not about top 4. The East, the conference is really, really good this year. The top of the East.
No, it is, but not for nothing. Are the Nets to easy out like they were? No, it doesn't matter who the Nets play. The Nets are fighting to the end of the 4th quarter. You know, it's a different Nets team now.
Yeah. Well, you know,
like I was saying, you just want to see a team build that way in the NBA instead of going for the splash. You know, just build it like the Spurs have done it, because the Spurs showed everybody this is the way to do it if you want to stay relevant.
Absolutely. And we'll see. I mean, like I said, as it's recording, trade deadline should be over in about 2 hours, I think, or less than 2 hours, something like that. We'll see what happens. This Liam Neeson thing.
The Lakers
Go ahead.
I mean,
go ahead. Say it again.
Oh, no, I was going to say. Lakers don't have Anthony Davis. Is that not? That's not going to happen. And
they do not.
They've spent this entire time trying to do that, and they're not going to be better when it's over. That's where we are, right? Like, there's
now.
They don't have LeBron.
For now.
And the whole team is going to know that they tried to get rid of him. but they didn't get rid of him, and so now they got to try to come back together again.
There's there is some Laker resentment, though. There is a lot of Laker resentment, and it played out there. Like, there was rumors that Greg Popovich called Dell Demps, the Pelicans GM, and told him, do not trade with the Lakers at all, in any course. There is resentment for that franchise.
That's crazy, man. You can't do that.
But why? But the thing is, why is there resentment,
though?
That
makes me sad that Greg Popovich would say that. Why would he say that? I mean, that seems outside of his
hilarious.
He hates that team.
That's crazy.
That seems outside of his character. That sucks.
I don't know. Because Lakers always get lucky. They always get the top players. Well, now they do well with it. It's a different story. I mean, but they got Dwight Howard when he was still relatively at his peak of his powers. They Shaq and you name it.
Yeah, I actually think the Pelicans screwed up because I thought the Lakers offered them a good trade with the 3 players and the 2 draft picks. Yeah, I think the Pelicans just being real stubborn about it. Yeah. Like, you're not going to get anything better than that offer. You're just not.
They fuck themselves now. And guess what? The Pelicans, you know what's happening now? The Pelicans, I'll say it again. They'll lose Davis, they'll lose Drew Holiday, all their good assets, and that team will fold and go to fucking Seattle.
But you know what, though? Something must be said for the word spite. And if I was the Pelicans, I'd kind of be that way, too. I'd be like, you know what? No, we're going to suck. We're not winning a championship with you, you know? So what do we care right now if you leave us and we get nothing? We're not going to win a championship with you anyway. We're not going to get free agents with you gone, so just sit here and sulk on the bench.
That's a good point.
But I'm just a spiteful human being, so I don't know.
You are very spiteful. I love you.
I mean, because nothing, like, I think Tony Gras just said it. He went out and flat out embarrassed the whole franchise, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did. He pretty much came out and said, this franchise is beneath me. I want to go to another city. I want to go. Like, all right, fuck you then. You know, like, we drafted you. We believed in you. We helped make you a star. And this is how you pay us back. Then get out of here.
Right. All right. Let's switch topics real quick. This Liam Neeson thing, actually. Y'all been following that?
Yeah.
Yes.
My question is this, though. Because he, obviously he was talking about how, like, he envisioned trying to kill a black man or black people, after, was his friend that got raped or something, or got killed? What was it?
Yeah, one of his friends got raped by a
Here's
black
my question. And look, you can feel how you feel, like, you personally, like, how you feel about things and keep it inside, whatever. What in the right mind did Liam Neeson feel comfortable to say that in an interview?
White privilege.
That's what gets me.
White privilege.
Yeah, it's
that's
definitely white privilege.
Yeah. He can say it. He's Liam Neeson, Hollywood star, white guy. And, he's going to, because not for nothing, like, you guys are probably going to kill me. I kind of get what he was saying.
Explain.
I kind of get what he was saying. But that's something that you kind of just tell within your circle of friends.
Right, you cannot say that out loud. You can't say that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
and that's my larger point. This is why I'm kind of, people talk about, Trump, this and that, Trump, whatever. One reason why I'm happy Trump's president now, in some degree, is that people are now more stupid than ever. So at least now you can point out racists now more than ever now. Easier. It's easier to know who's a fucking racist, who's not.
Yeah.
Makes my job easier.
Yeah, right. It makes your job a lot easier when you look at your Facebook feed. You're like, wow, my white friends feel this way,
Yeah. No, but it's weird. Like, he's promoting a movie, I believe, right? He's promoting a movie. What in your right mind makes you want to say that publicly? Forget saying it in general, keeping your feelings, whatever. But to say it publicly on a forum and promoting a movie, I don't get it, man. That makes no sense to me at all.
Ridiculous level of comfort with privilege. That's all it comes down to. Because, and you also can't say it right now. Like, there's so many, you shouldn't say it out loud ever. But if you thought that you could say that in a public forum, you'd have to know that right now, given where we are, given where race relations are in the country at this point, now is definitely not the time to say it out loud. And what I don't know, maybe I missed this, why did this story even come up? Like, somebody asked,
I think he's promoting a movie.
I think
he was doing an interview promoting a movie.
How does that come up in the interview?
How does that come up, though? Yeah, like, did somebody say, like, oh, have you ever had a friend that's been raped? And he said, by gosh, you know what? I surely did, and she was raped by a big black dude.
Yeah, like,
right out for all big black dudes. Like, what the hell happened that was even brought up? Like, if I were your friend that got raped, I'd call and be like, dude, why are you talking about my rape in your interview to promote your film? What are you doing? Keep my name out of your mouth.
But he was so specific about it too, though. A black man. I mean, he was specific about it too. That's the thing that gets me. It wasn't subtle. Rosalyn, it wasn't subtle. It was matter of fact.
It's always the black man.
You know what I will say though? Like people aren't even talking. This happened late last week or something, and people are already not talking about it. You know, people are already kind of like whatever, like they're promoting his movie with no problem. But meanwhile, we talked about this before. Kevin Hart could tweet a gay joke about whatever, a simple gay joke years ago, and he can't host the Oscars. So it's right there for you.
Well, to me, the Oscars are a bunch of pussies anyway for not even putting him on the platform. The Oscars should have mad enough to let him do it. It would have died off.
I mean,
Just saying.
It's just insane.
Everybody's so fucking sensitive.
We're all going to watch Taken when it comes on repeat again. We're all going to watch Taken. So, when it comes on again.
I mean, are we still watching that? Like the original one? Are we still doing that?
I don't watch it normally.
I'm pretty sure people are still watching Taken.
Okay. Well, you said we all. I'm sure somebody's doing it, but I don't know if the majority. I mean, it was good.
EJ is definitely watching Taken.
No, I'm not watching that. I barely watch it now as it is. I haven't watched it more than once.
You're going to watch the Lakers and the Clippers at 11 o'clock at night? No. You're going to watch Taken again.
Rosalyn_Ross ain't watching it. I guarantee that.
I mean, what I'm saying is, I think I remember Taken being pretty cool. It was good. But honestly, I haven't even seen it come up recently. Like, I haven't. Has it been on, like, some cable station or something?
It's always on. I mean, that Mean Girls, those movies are always on.
You watch this live TV.
Well,
Foodies is always on.
I want to specifically have it come on now so I can ignore it on. And here's the thing. Mm-hmm. What's the name of the movie he's promoting?
I have no idea.
Does anybody know?
I have no idea. I don't know now, especially now. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, talk about letting your dumb mouth overshadow. I don't even know what the name of the film is he's promoting. I have no idea what he's in right now.
It looks like the same movie he's been doing for the last 15 years, so it doesn't matter.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He's probably saving the world with his 70-year-old tail. I don't know what it is with these old dudes that decide they want to become action heroes on the back half of their career. It's so funny to me.
Yeah, like that's all Denzel wants to do now.
Get laid, that's all. Come on.
I don't think they have problems getting laid.
I don't think that ever will be a problem for those guys.
That's true.
But still,
yeah. I think they're all right. They're kind of like me, Liam.
Even in spite of these comments, he'd probably still get laid because people are stupid.
Yeah, 100%.
People are stupid.
My God!
Have you seen Trump rallies? Those bitches will love them. They'll line up for Liam Neeson D.
Oh my God! Speaking of Trump, did you guys watch the State of the Union address? Well, you didn't watch it. Ross, did you watch it?
Never watched the State of the Union address.
I've watched the last 12 years. I'm now 12 years running and counting.
I didn't watch that. No.
Never watched it.
No. Actually, maybe you're all right. Maybe I can't remember the last time I did watch it, but I certainly wasn't going to watch it this year.
Yeah. Well,
did you watch it either?
I always watch it. but you're asking the wrong person. I'm a political honk, though. That's different.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm into it. I've watched the last 12. I'm a dork. Can't help it.
Did you just say you're a dork?
I'm a dork.
Oh, I thought you said you were a door. I was going to need far more explanation on that.
No.
I mean, we were going to have to talk about what it meant to be a door.
You're funny. You're really funny.
But the only thing I saw about it was that AOC girl was like being a real bitch throughout the whole thing.
Do you think she's hot?
Like, do you
find her hot?
No, I find her the most annoying and retarded person in the world. I can't stand her.
Why?
Have you heard her do an interview? Do you know what the hell I've been telling everybody. And I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I just keep on going with AOC because it's something ridiculously Spanish, which is why she's there. She is 100% a political plant. 100%.
You think so?
Like, do not trust this bitch as far as you could toss her, and she's lightweight. You could toss her. Like, do not trust a word out this mouth. Well, wasn't she a waitress like 4 years ago, and now she's in Congress? No, I don't want my congresswoman being waitresses 4 years ago.
Well, she was a tax.
I'm telling you, these government people, they literally think we're all idiots. That's why they throw these people at us, man. Do not trust this AOC girl as far as you could throw her.
She wants to tax the rich 70%, though.
She what?
She wants to tax the rich 70%.
What the hell does that mean?
I mean, they pay their fair share, I guess. That in her words.
Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I don't care. I don't care. What have I always told you, EJ? No politician ever has ever done anything for me or my parents, so I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to work every day. You're not getting my votes. You're not getting my support. You're all full of shit.
You're still mad. Man, shut up. You're still mad because you lost. John McCain lost 2008, and because he didn't get your way, you just threw a fucking fit. I voted.
Because he was funny. Because he was funny. Do you think I see a single policy of his? I'd be like, I don't know. He was funny. That's the only reason why I voted for him. I was like, you know what? I don't mind seeing this dude for another 4 years on TV. I'll vote for him.
He voted for the white guy.
He could have said, oh, we're going to ship all Puerto Ricans out, and I'm raising taxes. I'm like, yo, this dude's hilarious. Like, that would have been it for me. Like, it didn't matter. The politics don't matter to me.
Gee, you're a nutcase.
But yeah, that AOC
that
girl.
was hilarious.
She got to go. AOC got to go.
So you don't think she's hot?
No.
Gee, I'm disappointed. You're Puerto Rican. You gotta give me all the Hispanic soundingness of her name. Like, you gotta give it all to me. You can't abbreviate this thing. You gotta give me all
AOC. I do not know how to pronounce the name.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, well, Cortez. Cortez. That's her name.
Oh my God.
I'm saying, I don't like her at all. Like, at all.
He took the easiest name of the three and just paste it. Here we go. Put it on the wall. Cortez. Boom. That's her name.
Cortez. Yep.
Put it on the pole right there. Let's go.
So what did Trump have to say? He say anything crazy?
No, I mean, it was a very like, you know, but to be fair though, this is why I watch it because I want to see reactions more than anything else, you know, but people's rhetoric, like people, I felt a couple minutes I'll sit there and watch the chats while I watch it on Twitter or on Facebook, and I watch the chat rooms, which was annoying as shit. Oh, go Trump, go! We love you, President. God bless you. Shut the fuck up. Or I hate you, Trump. You're a dickhead. Shut the fuck up. Also, you know, but he was very solemn in comparison to old speeches he did, the first two, for the most part. But again, it's all fluff. These things are made to be fluff.
The whole thing is fluff. Yeah.
They're supposed to tell what they want to hear. Like, there's some things that he's done that I agree. I actually, you know, I'm glad he did, and some things he says I fucking can't stand. You know, I didn't vote for the guy, so I mean, whatever. But you know, I'm not one of those like, oh my God, I hate Trump, you motherfucker, and I'm not, you know, the other side either. So
it's a waste of energy, first of all.
Thank you. We discussed it last time on the podcast. It's a waste of energy.
It's a waste of energy.
I think my larger problem, Rosalyn and G, is this, and it started even with Obama to some degree. This celebrity worship culture now is now gone to our politicians now. AOC, you know, shit like that. Like, people like, you know, Obama. Like I remember my mom told me like the day that Obama was leaving office, everybody was putting their the Obama thing on their Facebook pages, you know, to salute the president, you know, in support of him leaving, you know, the picture of the family on your Facebook profile. And she asked me to do it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that for? You know, first off, the guy works for me, not the other way around. These fucking people act like these politicians own you. No, they serve you.
Absolutely right.
So I mean, I'm sick of the cult of personality. I need government in the fucking background to do their fucking jobs. That's it, and do what we say and we vote for, and that's it. That simple.
Hey,
Give
man,
me a boring president. Give me, dude. At this rate, I'll take Bob Dole.
He was actually pretty funny too. He couldn't move his arm, which is why he was funny.
No, he fell down. Maybe he fell off the. He was having a speech. He fell off the.
I laughed. I didn't care. Oh, I just have not laughed.
Terrible, G.
Why? Nobody here laughed. Really? Come on.
To be fair, I was 16, so yeah, I did laugh.
Exactly. You had to laugh. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Terrible.
He wasn't going to save us either. It doesn't matter. And what's that other chick's name? The black chick that they're trying to push? Is she making herself look like a clown?
Kamala Harris?
Oh, God. Like, get her out of here, too. Like, she's pretty much doing what Hillary Clinton was doing, is pandering to the urban community.
Oh, she is. And by the way, I
hate her. Like, don't pander to me, man. I don't like people who try too hard to be my friends. So that's all that comes off as when you pander to people. So don't do that. Like, I saw a video of her and she's talking, and then she just said "Wakanda forever." I'm like, dude,
oh my God, dude! I lost my when I saw that. I lost my. I said, "Come on for Wakanda!" Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Seriously,
dude, get the fuck out of here, man. It's like, whatever, man. And like I said, the government just puts these people in front of us because we, as a collective, I'm not saying us three, but as a collective society, are just puppets. We're just mindless.
By the way, if you do a deep dive on the internet, like we do, like, you have to do a deep dive. You have to see it yourself on social media, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Not a lot of blacks like her either, just for the record.
Nope, they don't.
Well, they don't like her because she was a prosecutor and she had a very questionable record. She wasn't very progressive in her sentencing or in the way and in fact, like, one of her, like, she was so dead wrong in, like, reviewing the case of a man that had been proven to be innocent. She was so attached to it that the New York Times had to pull out a whole investigatory piece just to make her, like, decide to go back down the path to let this dude out. Like, that's why blacks are having a problem with her, is because there's the thing is, like G says, though, we can be mindless. So some of it is probably self-hate, just like a lot of white women didn't want Hillary to be president, and I would imagine that a lot of blacks are challenged with a black woman possibly being president. But the other thing is, for those of us who have actually read about her, there has definitely been some scary, questionable stuff that she did as a prosecutor, which now we've all identified that prosecutors can be very powerful in the fight for black people being recognized in this country as whole people, not people to be shot down by cops. And to see her record is kind of scary. But, my whole thing is really funny to me is, like, and I read this probably, I can't take credit for the thought originally, but now we're going to have all these people that want to be president, and we ain't going to have no senators. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, more than anything, there needs to be a push for black or Democratic or whatever we're going with this month, senators. And instead, all these people are going to want to be president. And most of them all of them are going to lose except for one, and I have no idea what that's going to look like. But how about y'all start trying to have some people in the Senate so that this thing can look a little better than it looks now? I don't know.
For that to happen, in my opinion, it has to go from the ground up. You got to go through the House first, in my opinion, and work your way up through the levers or levels of the government and the tree, of course. However
it needs to happen. Like, but this idea that we need to have freaking 25, 30 people on the dang on ticket to be president of the United States is ridiculous. Like, there needs to be some other plan other than just being that person. Because here's the thing. If you think you're just going to become president and you still don't have the support of the House and the Senate, then what you doing? Like, it's a terrible, you're still going to be in the same spot. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. But that's why the people are struggling with Ms. Harris. It's because, she's made some really questionable decisions that don't seem to represent the best interest of the common black man who people like to consider is a criminal. She hasn't always made awesome decisions with that. So, rightfully so, people are questioning her record. And I think it's
I'll be honest, she won't
be brought up in a real way.
She won't win the nomination. I'll say that right now from Jump Street. She will not win the nomination. Once the Betos and the Bidens commit to running, I think those two will probably end up winning the nomination. One of those two.
Is Beto that white dude out in California who's tall and handsome?
No, Texas.
Is that him?
Texas.
Oh, no, there's some white dude out in Cali who's really tall and really handsome, and they're like, he's the what? God, I can't think of his name.
Oh, breaking news! The Raptors trade Marc Gasol to the Raptors. The Grizzlies trade.
The Grizzlies trade Marc Gasol to the Raptors?
Yeah. Breaking news.
That's what the hell they did? Like, that might completely, like, did we get anything?
Well, we're waiting for the details right now. 1 second. But... Sorry.
That seems like a big acquisition. That's a big deal for the Raptors.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it's a big deal for the Raptors.
They can get over the hump.
It's probably Valanciunas involved. I imagine Valanciunas involved in this trade, but we'll hear the details in a little bit. No, by the way, you're talking about handsome white dude in California. Well, I mean, I don't know, Gavin Newsom, maybe. I think
I'm gonna tell you who it is.
Is it Gavin Newsom?
Because I have to be marketing.
Is it Gavin Newsom?
That's him.
Okay.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Like when he decides he's going to put his
name because I think you were talking about me. I'm like, no, he's in Florida and he's black and it's me. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, well, yeah, my bad.
Fuck you, G.
We love our people to look presidential, and so because we are sort of just, we sort of roll with what we roll with. So I imagine that his entering the race, if that happens at some point, is going to garner a lot of support.
He was that's my guess. About a year and a half ago, Mark Francois and myself were talking on the podcast, because we do a lot of political talk on the show, too. And I was saying that we both were agreeing that he might be the next nominee for the Democrat nominee. This is way back, like a year and a half ago. So, yeah.
I think you were on that ahead of time. I think he's going to be the person.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Out of us three, who do you think would make the best president?
Me.
Yeah.
No, Rosalyn would.
I don't want. No, first of all, I wouldn't want to be that. G would just be crazy as hell. It'd have to be you, EJ.
No, see, the thing is, G would be Trump.
Because I already struggle getting Ross to return my calls as it is. So if she was president, it would probably take her months to return my calls.
That's true. So. Ross, you're horrible at that. You're horrible on text, especially. You're the worst.
I'm terrible.
That's why. Don't get mad at me now.
Person.
Don't get mad at me now when I start. I'm doing Instagram. When I text you, I'm gonna immediately text you and do Instagram at the same time too, to make sure you get it both sides.
Wow.
I won't get mad because I understand that I'm terrible. Like, I'm well aware of the fact that I can be pretty terrible when it comes to returning calls and texts. I'm worse on text. I'm worse at returning texts, which should be easier. Mm-hmm. But I'm far worse at that than I am at returning calls. But I'm bad on both ends. So I understand. And you're right. People would be like, who in the hell is this woman? She doesn't care about the people. She didn't respond to my email. She didn't come to my church. She didn't show up at my daughter. She didn't do that.
He would be the best. He's the most polished speaker, I guess. Like I
100%. We already have had a G Stelio in office. His name is Donald Trump.
No way.
I mean, come on.
I'm just gonna build a wall to keep you out of my house.
I'm not talking policy. I'm talking behavior. I'm talking behavior. Behavior.
Oh man.
Loud and rude and fucking crazy. That's you.
Whatever, man. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. We'd be at war with everybody.
Exactly. That's my point exactly.
Yeah, I'd be at war with everybody. Like, I'd be like, I'd be in the United Nations, like, who's looking at me funny? We're just gonna bomb them. It's gonna be crazy.
And meanwhile he'll make the order and go back to his room and watch fucking Bob's Burgers.
Definitely. I won't even care. What's the price of oil? I have to care about oil when I'm a president. What's the price of oil? What's the crude oil? What's that number looking like right now?
What time is American Dad come on?
Listen, here's the thing. Quite honestly, not any of us would make it, and this is one of the reasons why I was like, "What's that tall white boy out of California's name?" Because only one president has been under 6 feet. Only one in the history of this country, and that was one of them old school people back in the day. I can't remember which one. Maybe the fourth or fifth.
Let me guess. Was he white? Duh.
Well, he definitely was white.
Good chance he was.
But only one president has been under 6 feet. And so none of us would make it anyway. None of the three people on this call. Unless EJ, are you 6 feet and I don't know? How tall are you?
Shit,
no, I'm like 5'10".
I'm 5'8",
Oh.
so I'm 5'8".
Okay.
You're shorter than me? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
short and-
Well,
I'm short and
we're
cuddly.
out anyway.
I'm short and cuddly, sorry.
But I'm
if,
6 feet when I put on my Timbs though. So
Like what build?
You're
when I wear my Timbs, when I wear my Timberlands, I'm 6 feet.
You still wear Timberlands?
I'm from New York. Hello.
He's from New York, of course he does. What are you
It's
saying?
2019,
He'll never
bro.
give them up.
It's 2019. DMX is no longer in style anymore. Come on. It's not a
What
jail
are you
though.
talking about? Like, New Yorkers always have their tan Timbs. New Yorkers will always keep
I say,
their tan Timbs.
you know, I say that, but I would wear them also too if I was living in New York too. I wear flip
Yeah,
flops.
it's
I wear flip flops all the time because I live in Florida.
Because you're white.
No, because I live in Florida.
Because you're white. Because you're a little white girl. That's why you wear
All right. Okay. So real quick, here's the update for the Grizzlies. They get back in the trade Jonas Valanciunas, Delon Wright, C.J. Miles, and a 2024 second-round pick from the Raptors.
Oh my God, 2024?
Yeah.
Talk about looking ahead.
All the way ahead. They might not even be the Memphis Grizzlies by then. I'll probably be the throwing somebody Grizzlies by then. The freaking Long Island Grizzlies.
Is there anything else we need to hit on before we go? Let me see.
Talk about
Let me see anything else I missed on here before we go. Talk about Trump again as always. Duh.
You talk about Trump, we listen.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. I don't really know.
You want to talk about Chris Brown getting falsely accused?
Whatever.
He's very talented. By the way, that guy's very talented, man. Chris Brown's talented as hell.
He's probably one of the most
he's ridiculously talented.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most talented people. Like the Joe Budden podcast, they always say Jamie Foxx and Chris Brown are probably the two most talented people today. You know, just going on straight.
Who's the first person?
They said Jamie Foxx and Chris Brown.
Oh, Jamie Foxx. I agree with that. Chris Brown is a talented artist. He really can sing. He really can dance. Jamie Foxx is a gifted actor. He
owns
really
his
can
masters
sing.
now,
He
too.
plays the piano.
He owns his masters too.
Yeah.
Who, Chris Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they're going after his ass too, probably because he owns his masters.
Wow, good for him, man. And let me tell you something else about Chris Brown. He puts in work like nobody else.
I know.
Like, puts in work, man. Like, so say whatever you want.
Not necessarily he's from his music
don't call him a
necessarily,
rapist or something, though, because that's what he's not.
Not necessarily he's from his music personally, because I'm not. I mean, that's kind of out there, but I see the work. I see the grind. I absolutely see the grind. By the way, he can freestyle too, bro. Oh my God.
Oh, that's the thing. He can flow too. He's not a bad rapper either.
I was watching something earlier today. He was like flowing on some beat. I'm like, what the hell? Is this Chris Brown?
Oh, he's super talented, man.
Yeah, very talented. So I don't know. Anything else to talk about before we go? Anything else?
I feel like we're missing a huge topic. I just don't know.
I know. We're going to be really upset when we get off because we didn't cover it. It's going to be sad. What
Trump.
are we missing?
It's always Trump.
I'm never upset after I get off.
Oh, shut up. You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna go on BSO.com and see what's going on BSO. Maybe I can find something. Black Sports Online. Because I'm sure there's something I'm missing. Let me see here. LeVar Ball's in the news again. He says Lonzo Ball's better than LeBron. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, he's right.
Dude, stop it.
You know what's funny though right now? Yeah, you can tell the Lakers and LeBron have pretty much cashed out this year because all of a sudden LeVar Ball's popping up all over again. So you can tell the Lakers and LeBron have totally cashed out this year. Because he's been quiet. LeBron got to LA last 2 weeks. He's been letting it off. And also, I don't think he likes the fact that Anthony Davis' father is getting some pub. He wants to be the only dad, the basketball dad.
Yeah. Oh, Lamar Odom's joined the Big Three.
That's pretty good. I actually like watching the Big Three.
You watch that?
I usually watch it like when it's on repeat on Saturday morning or some shit. But it's entertaining though. Like, don't mind it.
I like it. I like it.
And like, don't ask me who won the championship last year, but I don't mind it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chris Brown.
All right, I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done. Hey, before you go, Roz, anything to promote?
No. There's probably something I'm not thinking of.
I just saw a video this morning of you like cuddling some guy. Comforting him.
Yeah, I have two films that are, there's a film festival down in Oxford this weekend. I have two films that are showing there. One is a world premiere. And, I did a music video that's premiering next Tuesday. So that's a thing. And I got another big surprise coming up next week. So, I mean, I knew there was something. Thanks for helping me think of it.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Who's the guy you were like stand up cuddling on IG that you're comforting? Which movie was that?
The name of that film is Last Day, and the actor's name is Ricky Denzel Smith. Shout out to my guy, Ricky Denzel Smith. And that film is an award-winning film already. We won Memphis Film Prize last summer, and it's showing again this weekend in the Oxford Film Festival. So send some positive vibes. Maybe we'll win again. Maybe I'll win Best Actor or something. So, that's hopefully, I'm looking forward to that full-length film coming out because I think you guys would really like that. Nice little short film.
Rosalyn, why are you so cool?
I don't know that that's true, but I like that you think that I am because it means other people might think I am too. So, thank you.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I hear a baby waking up.
Yeah, he just woke up.
Oh, nice.
Should we tell him all the bad stuff you were saying about being a father before you
Yeah. You are the reason why I lose hair. I need to stay bald. G.
Good. Anything coming up? I don't know. Hopefully by the end of this month, the BearsBrawl.com will be up. By me and Mike Brez. The Bears Brawl podcast still going every Tuesday. Follow the Twitter handle at the Bears Brawl. On iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Play for all you Android weirdos out there. And
what about Spotify and iHeart?
Yep. Well, Street Smart Football is no real rush, so I'll give Street Smart Football another 2 months before it comes back. And other than that,
so you're not gonna write for the next 6 months?
No, if we get the Bears Brawl up, it'll be all Chicago Bears based stuff. So it doesn't, nobody's gonna really care about that except for the 800 people who follow me and the only Chicago Bears fans. But other than that, nobody else is really gonna give a shit. So
that's true. That's really true.
I really sold that well. Right?
Is there any chance you come and do podcasting again or what?
Aside from the Bears Brawl, probably not. I might do a college one. I might bring Beating Vegas to the college thing. But as far as just a talking shit podcast, it's pretty much just this one, Actually, Nick Celio and Mike Trainer were talking about it yesterday. Nick Celio was like, we should do a podcast together. And I said, no, absolutely not.
Why is that? Why would you make the old podcast you did before? I love that show.
I don't have the energy for it, and I really got so many things invested with Nick and Trainer, and they're all gonna fall flat. So it's like, whatever, man.
Wow. He just called his friends failures.
Yeah, we're all like that. There's a reason why I only hang out with those three guys, because we find comfort in failing with each other,
Oh my God,
that's hilarious.
Maybe we should do this podcast bi-weekly, I guess. Then I don't know.
Nah, no thanks.
I told you. Ron, I told you won't do it.
No thanks. I really fell out of it. The last one I did was what? The only show that matters? Was that it?
That's a great show. I love that show, to be honest with you.
The only show that matters was really good. Yeah.
Really good.
A lot of people did. I just got tired of it.
I don't know why.
I got tired of
real talk.
hanging out with Nick every week.
Do you not enjoy podcasting at all?
Oh, not really. I just like doing the sports ones now, really. And it's really only because it's one podcast is all about Chicago Bears, and the other podcast I'm going to be doing is all about college football betting. So it's real degenerate shit is what I'm into.
I guess come on this show monthly gives you the little avenue to at least get that out.
Maybe I'll do a wrestling and porn podcast. I'll just do all my interests, put them all together.
You like watch porn? You're married. You can't do that.
Yeah, isn't that why porn was made? So you can watch it while you're married?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true, yes.
Your wife don't want you touching her. You gotta go for your Mac. That's your side girl, your Mac.
The worst. All right, Rosalyn, G, thank you as always. We'll come back again next month and do this as always. We'll do the shit.
All right.
All right, guys.
Later, man.